Welcome back to SpeterTV. As I'm sure you've heard by now, the Proud Family's coming back with the Proud Family Louder and Prouder on Disney+, coming out in... we don't know when yet. But hey, great news! But there's some questions that need to be asked. First, you have the common questions that pretty much every reboot or revival has, which is, will they still have their groove when it comes to the jokes, for one, and the writing, and feeling the same as the show did, or at least close enough to where it feels like it's a real continuation? Will the actors still have it? And will it take them too long to find their groove again? Especially maybe the older actors who might just not have the same ability. Will everybody involved just still be into it the way they were before? Will they keep the same theme song? And then, even more specifically to the Proud Family, looking at the concept art for Louder and Prouder, it looks like BB and Cece are older. Even though they didn't seem much older in the movie, even though Penny went from 14 to 16. Huh. But it would stand to reason that this series will likely take place after the movie, just going off of that. But if I am right about the time skip, it seems relatively small. Like, it doesn't seem like the characters are in 2020 or something. Unless they pull a cartoon logic thing and it's just the current day, no matter what time it is. Time? Year? Time? Period. That. But either way, this show was very, very early to mid-2000s. In its style, and its slang, and its technology, it was very, very of its era, which is a long time ago now. So I can see them just saying, okay, it doesn't really matter. The characters have smartphones now, it's not a big deal. But again, the slang is so different from what it is now. Even then, it was pretty over the top. If they tried to do the same slang, that wouldn't work. If they tried to do modern slang, that almost never works. It barely worked then. And it might have only worked because I wanted it to work for me. Like, Penny Proud, Dejanay, they grew up in a time when people knew who Chingy was. Do people know who Chingy is anymore? Will it be weird if all of a sudden they're talking about Lil Nas X? Who, I mean, you know he'll be in the show somehow. You know that'll happen. So this relates to the overall question of, is this show going to be able to relate to kids and adults? Will it resonate with the adults who grew up with the show still? And will it resonate with the kids who I assume they want to be watching their brand new cartoon show? Because the kids who grew up with the show are now old enough to have their own kids to watch it with. I mean, I don't, but I mean, I'm old enough. So will they be able to make something that translates both directions? And then when it comes to the Proud Family coming back for whatever year it comes back in, you have to think they're in a sticky situation with Sticky Web. Because, I mean, to put it lightly, Orlando Brown does not seem like he's doing well. But will this mean that they recast the character? Will it mean that the character just won't be there? Maybe he moved away onto a yacht? I don't know, but it's a question that's just sort of unavoidable right now. And I think these are all valid questions. But I also have a good amount of faith in this staff because they made the Proud Family before, and I feel like they can do it again. They may fall into some of the pits that are ahead of them, but I think they're smart and creative enough to find their way out. I hope they are, because I love the Proud Family, and I'd love to see more of it. Because the one question I don't have is if they're able to come up with more stories in 2020 or 2021 or whenever the show is coming back. Because there's always been a level of commentary to the show, and they've had plenty of time to come up with some more stuff to comment on. Thank you so much for watching. Like this video if you like it, dislike it if you dislike it, subscribe if you're new, hit the notification bell to let your Speter sense tingle when I upload. Twitter and Instagram, Patreon and Teespring, all on the screen right now, and I will hopefully see you next week, unless my allergies make my nose fall off.